All right, let's get this party started. All right, chat, let's get everyone announced. Okay. Copy. All right. You guys know about that. And who else knows about this? Oh, wait, that's my channel. Paste. Good. And going into this one. Sly's channel, Deary's channel. Everyone's gonna get known. Give me one more minute, everybody. Content creators. And then we're gonna send this to the other side of the room. I mean the world, not the room, my bad. And then... Okay, and to Twitter. Let's go to Twitter. Oh, seeing more Tasha on the Twitter sphere, man. Hey, that one is really mean. What's up? How's it going? I'm a little early. As you can tell by the title, guess what? 31st anniversary. Hold on, let me mute this. Okay, so far so good. I think with my microphone, it's not too bad, right? I got all my filters on. Good, good, good. Close. Okay. Alright, we are A-okay. Ace Pilot 2004. I'm so happy they're finally releasing the Ace Combat 4 soundtrack online. I heard that. Claimy Stayer, hello, how's it going? Von Pablo, how's it going? Alright. Let me turn down the music just a tiny bit. Let's get this up. Alright. So. Here's the fun thing that we're gonna do. We're going to do a couple of things to celebrate this year's anniversary, 31st anniversary of Ace Combat. Where would Italian bistros and Swiss cheese be on the map, I wonder? Well, we're gonna try to figure this out on a brand new fun little thing I thought up of. Strangereal Theory. This time we're doing food edition. So, grab a snack, grab a water, grab a drink, anything you like. Because, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna get started with this. Oh, before we do, let's fix the screen here a little bit. The hard part is making it big enough. All right. So chat, does that look good? I think that looks good. Okay, so chat, my aces of all ages. Here's how we're gonna do this. We're gonna go through this. We're going to go through. I do have some ideas on the nations that we're going to be talking about. We're not going to talk about all of them. We're only going to go through a little bit. Okay? I'm sharing my screen with everyone. And I'm using my drawing tablet. So, I had to figure this out. Alright, do you guys see the wiki here? Shout out to Acepedia, aka Sly Cooper fan. Or not Sly Cooper fan, Sly Ace Zeta, because he changed his name. So, we are going to use... Yeah, you're seeing my screen as we speak. So, we're going to use the wiki here. We're going to read through on anything that I've missed, kind of go through any details, anything that we can go through. We're going to do this live, okay? So, we're going to go through. We're going to pick a nation. We're going to go and we're going to figure out what its inspiration is. What is it inspired by? Which real world countries? And then kind of figure out the blend here. I think the easiest one to do has to be our good nation, Osea. Okay. And then what I'm gonna do, Osea. 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 Solo Wing, hello. Clammy Stare, hello. Fried Tofu, hello. Okay, this one's pretty easy. Off the top of my head, we already know Osea is America, the United States of America. Okay, let's get that out of the way. However, going through the wiki, there was one thing I did recall. And that was this. If we go all the way down here. Ignore all the ads. Right all the way down here. Okay. We're going to ignore that the flag resembles the flag of the European Union. All right, that's just the fun part. We're going to go to this portion right here. Osea is generally considered to be an allegory of the United States of America, though its military branches being designated as a defense force are based on Israel and Japan. So, originally when I was thinking about this, I might have thought, okay, America with a mix of Japan, maybe Israel. But the only thing inspired by Israel and Japan is the defense force part. Everything else is pretty much the United States. So, I wouldn't call it half US, half Japanese. I would consider Osea as literally the United States. AKA, it is a literal melting pot of a bunch of different cultures, because when you go through the games, we do see a bunch of characters with a bunch of different ethnicities. It's not just one ethnicity like let's say for Ameria. Ameria, everyone kind of looks the same, you know, ethnic-wise. Osea, on the other hand, it is a melting pot of different people. You can definitely see that, especially in 7. So, similar to the United States of America, Osea is going to be treated like that. So that means... Oops, lost my text there. Osea is a nation we're going to have to just come back to, because I think a lot of things are going to be United States. That feels like a cop-out. When you really dig deep into it, like, watch. Or I'm going to read it again. Osea is generally considered to be an allegory of the United States of America, though Osea's military branches being designated as a defense force are based on Israel and Japan. So only the military part has that part right there. However, it's got a lot of different cultures in there. And it's going to have a lot of different cultures that are going to share with Belka, Sapin, probably Ustio, because of the different borders being changed over time. So, we're just going to go through a list of foods that would come from Osea, and I think the number one food... What size is this? 50? Okay. The foods. And again, this is a theory, not fact. Okay? So here are the foods I'm thinking. Frickin' hot dogs. Let's get that out of the way. Hot dogs. Everybody loves them. You love them, you want them, you need them. Hot dogs. Hot dogs are delicious. Okay? I know hot dogs are probably based off of something else, but hot dogs. Very good. Very delicious. Now, that could have been inspired by people over at Belka. Alright? Lasagna. Ooh, let's wait on lasagna. There's some foods that are like, well, that could have been that one in real life, but, you know, like, a good example that we're going to talk about real life here. Pizza. Everyone thinks pizza's from Italy. Yes and no. If you looked at authentic pizza, like the first pizza in Italy, it doesn't look like pizza today. It was just a big pile of doughy bread with rose water that the Catholic priests ate in the Vatican. So, yeah, that's pizza. The first pizza is literally that, just a big pile of dough. The pizza we know and love today was actually an American-made food. And then after World War II, when people started traveling over to Italy and they were like, yo, where's the pizza? All the Italians were like, what the hell are you talking about? We don't know what the pizza, what's pizza? What's that? What is this? And then they looked and they're like, oh, that? Oh, and then Italy thought, okay, now we got to make our own. So then they started making their own and they're calling it Italian pizza. But like, literally, pizza. That's an example of a real life thing. That's off the top of my head. I could be completely wrong. You guys you're gonna lambast me in the comments. That's okay. That's fine. So we're gonna throw down burgers. Definitely love them burgers. Well, I'm gonna put it off to the side here so we can see. What else? I didn't know this was a long caster stream. Well, it definitely was a theory that I had. Okay, hot dogs. What else is American? You know what? Apple pie. Throw in some apple pie. Any pies right there. I think that's a good one. I think we can say that apple pies are from Osea. Got some apples down there. What else would be an Osean thing? Oh! Well, French fries, but let's call it... Don't know why I put a parentheses there. Let's call it Erosion fries, okay? We're gonna call them Erosion fries. in the burger bit. Oh, that's a good point. Burgers. You know what? We need to look this up. To the internet. Okay. Where did burgers originate from? The hamburger's origin is a mashup of ancient traditions and American ingenuity. While the meat patty traces back to 13th century Mongol horsemen and 18th century German sailors from Hamburg, placing it between two slices of bread was an American innovation created to make the dish easily portable. The invention of the burger, as we know, is a hotly debated with several American towns claiming the title. All right. So since I'm talking about the burger, the bun, and the patties. So, we could say the slab of meat's from Belka, but did the Belkans go, let's put that between two breads and call it a day? Let's do that. I don't know. We'll just say Belgian waffles can be American waffles. Ooh, hold that thought. American fries, Erusian fries. Not American fries, Erusian fries. French fries, Erusian fries. The hamburger is a sandwich is American. There you go. Oh, you know what? I see what you're saying there. Let's go back. Ham, burgers. The sandwich. There we go. Sandwich. Sounds delicious, right? Sounds good? We like that? Chat, are we good with that? Hamburgers are from Ossia, we'll say. We feeling good about that? I think that would be okay. Again, not sure overall, but we got hot dogs, hamburgers, apple pie, Erusian fries, aka French fries. What else? Okay. I am not sure how else we can add to this, but oh, dude! Fried tofu, thank you. Fried chicken, baby. Ocean fried chicken. And we definitely saw that in Ace Combat 5. Let me fix the colors here. Let's just do straight white. There you go. You guys see that? All right. Fried chicken. OFC, baby. Rosgreaves was stopping to get some Ocean fried chicken, baby. The OFC. The Colonel said so. Don't forget from reprisal. Yeah. So, thank you, chat. See, I almost forgot there, and then you guys reminded me. I do want some fried chicken now, but I can't have any. I gotta be careful with mine. Now, November fried chicken. How dare you, buddy? How dare you? Chopper's a saint, you know it. Okay. If there's anything else, chat, that I'm missing, you let me know, and we'll go back to it, because I think we should move on to the next nation, okay? We're going to put down that. All right, the next well-known nation is our good friends over at Yuktobania. Okay. Yuktobania. What would they be considered? Well, as we know, the Yuktobanians were heavily inspired by Russia. Okay? A lot of Russian influence. Even Soviet influence. So we're gonna look up here again. Yuktobania, so you guys can see. It's got the elk with the horns. Squeeze on through. Yuktobania is considered an allegory of the former Soviet Union, aka Russia. The people of Yuktobania possess Russian surnames and speak with Russian accents. Yuktobanian locations such as Vostok and Pobeda, East and Victory respectively, and military designations such as Okanyeba, Skye, derived from Russian and other Slavic languages. Okay. So, now that we know that, what foods are from... I was just gonna say pierogies, vodka. We could put down vodka too. There is. I do want to hold off on the drinks because I want to do something for that in the future. What foods originated from Russia? Okay, before I add that, we're gonna go back in here. We're gonna add, okay, pierogies. We can do, ooh, dumplings. Ooh, what is borscht? Okay, I'm gonna type that in. B-O-R-S-C-H-T, borscht. What's a borscht? Yule stew. Goulash definitely is a Yuk food. Oh, goulash. Okay, if that is true, I love goulash. Goulash is delicious. I always thought of Yuks as having a strand of British in them for their love of British bombers. However, we're going to need to curb that because some of the planes, yes, like the Nimrod is a British plane. However, you could say exactly the same thing with like, Yuktobania also has American because they have F-14s in their arsenal and F-4s. And it's like, yeah, but every nation does too. So there really is just, don't use the planes as an example of culture, okay? Use like names, city, places, sometimes accents if there's an accent in the games. Okay. Let's look through. What foods originated from Russia? Let's see if we can get it. Russia invented a rich variety of hearty comfort foods, and its culinary identity built around rich grain-based dishes, cold soups. All right, cold soups. I don't know what a cold soup is. And preserved meats. Famous Russian inventions include beef stroganoff, mayonnaise-heavy Oliver salad, often called Russian salad, and Siberian pelmeni. Hey, meat-filled dumplings. There you go. So let's be honest, given the Yuks, Russian food is an improvement over the Brits. Yes. And I'm not happy to identify which nation is probably mostly British. It's going to be sad. Let's see, what else? There's a whole list here. Yeah, I don't know. So I'm going to add in the dumpling, but I'm going to literally call it pelmeni. So we got to add beef stroganoff. So hang on. Beef stroganoff, pelmeni. What else? All right, we'll put down cold soup, aka Russian salad. Okay, Russian salad. Yeah, Strangereal is definitely confusing nationality-wise if focus only on the armed forces. I do agree. I do like beef stroganoff. It's super good. Oh, beef stroganoff. Cold soup's cold soup. That's why it's cold. All right, I did not see goulash or borscht, so we gotta go check those out. Okay, we're gonna go check them out. To Google. What nation does goulash originate from? Goulash originate. Is that true? Hungary. Huh. Well, you know, we just learned something today. There's a traditional, which is a soup, which differs from the thicker pasta-based American goulash. So I'm thinking of the American goulash. Holy cow. Well, keep that in mind. Somebody in chat, keep that in mind with the goulash. You guys are probably thinking of the gulag. Alright. Thinking of the gulag. My bad. I did not see pierogies. I did not see borscht. See, we're learning something. Stuff that... What nation does, pierogies originate from? Uh-oh. 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 Oh no. Oh no. Pierogies are not from Russia, apparently. Well, let's see. Pierogies are a shared cultural staple across Central and Eastern Europe, but they are historically rooted in Polish, Ukrainian, and border Slavic culinary traditions. All right. Pierogies have to come off the list for Yuktobania. I'm sorry, Yuktobania. You did not make the pierogies. However, you can eat the pierogies. See, we originally things that we thought we knew. And then we got to do borscht. What nation does borscht originate from? What's borscht? All right, you know what? I'm not going to try to tackle it. You know what? We're not going to get controversial here because of real life stuff. Yeah, we could say we could keep it in Yuktobania. Not, you know, just Yuktobania. I think anything Slavic border could be Yuktobanian too. So we could say borscht could be a Yuktobanian thing. Maybe like some part, I don't know. Maybe like, let's use the red here. Okay, we're gonna use it. Maybe like in the early days, it's probably somewhere around here or down here is when they went all, hey, maybe this is, you know, borscht. There you go, borscht. Good old borscht. So we'll keep borscht there. Beef stroganoff, pelmeni, cold soup, aka Russian salad. Anything else I am missing of? Eastern Europe. Okay, we got a good start right there. However, let's go back over to Osea. American goulash. Pasta. We'll do that. Okay? We're gonna call that one American goulash over at Osea, okay? Yuktobania, the list can grow over time, so. We do need to keep a view for another country. So, chat, I think thumbs up for now on the Yuktobanian foods. You guys feeling okay with that? Also, how's the sound too? Do you guys like the sound? Sound quality okay? Don't worry, my playlist is going. Apple pie. Oh, you know what? Apple pie is originally English. That is, do you know what? That is a true thing. I can see that. Keep that in mind, okay? If I forget, you can lambaste me in the comments. Sorry. All right, I think we're all good. So, next one. Nation number 3. It's everybody's favorite. this one right over here. This wee little nation over here. This wonderful nation that did nothing wrong. Right over here. Ba-ba-ba-ba, it's Belka. We doing Belka. Woo woo. Alright, someone call Ace Combat fan. We're doing Belka. It's Belkin time. And then I Belkined all over the place. So. Belka. Guys and gals, you know right off the bat, Belka's Germany. I looked it up on the wiki. It's just straight up Germany, okay? It's Germany. There's nothing really much to it. There's not like Germany with a mix of Mars and Iceland. Is like, nope. It is literally Germany. I mean, you could have a little bit of Iceland up here, but it's literally Germany and maybe whatever on the borders are, okay? Germany, Germanic. Maybe some Nordic stuff, I don't know. Maybe some tiny bit of French because the Franco Empire, the Franks. All right, here we go. Off the top of our heads, we know. Bratwurst. I do like bratwurst. Brats are very good. Brats are delicious. I love brats. I haven't had a brat in a long time. I would love some brat, please. So. Whoops. I got it on a playlist. Hang on a sec. Let's get it right over here. Sorry about that. This song is from NetZone, my good friend. Use this in one of my older lore videos. I will have to use it again in the future. Schnitzel is Austrian. Schnitzel could be Austrian. Hamburger steak. In my opinion, the squirrel probably has a struggle meal. Probably does. Currywurst. What the heck is a currywurst? Sour kraut. And I'll put in currywurst and then we'll take a look. Pretzel. Pretzels. Definitely pretzels. Schnitzels. What else? Ooh, we're gonna run out of room here. Here, we're gonna throw Belka up over here. That's quite a bit. I don't know if I could fit that there. Bratwurst, sauerkraut, currywurst, pretzel, schnitzels. Let's go take a look-see. List of German foods. Sauerbraten. There's Schnitzel. Schweinschacks. I don't know if I said that right. I am sorry for anybody who speaks German. Bratwurst. Currywurst. A beloved Berlin street food featuring a sliced bratwurst smothered in curry-spiced ketchup and served with French fries. Hey, that sounds pretty good. Why Weiwurst? A mild white Bavarian sausage made from veal and pork, typically boiled and served with sweet mustard and pretzel. Sauerkraut? No. Okay. If I had to list all of them, we'd be here all day. Currywurst, it was okay. Large lager beer strudel. We can throw in a strudel. I think a strudel would be there. I'm pretty sure. We can't make this list too much. We gotta. I think Belka might have the longest list if we were here. So I am German. Kek. Oh, what else? Hold on, I remember. What did I forget? Hang on. We did strudel. We did pretzels, bratwurst, schnitzel, sauerbrat. I'm just gonna say, you know what? To make it easier, sausage. Did I spell that right? I think I did. I don't know. Oh, by the way, this next song, if I were to look, I called it, this is from NetZone. He didn't have it named. I literally called it Navian Hanger. Yeah, I'm very unoriginal. Sorry. It just sounds good. I don't know why. I was a big Nordanovic simp back in the day. Still kind of am. Whoa, a sausage. So basically, a lot of the sausage would be coming from Belka. Now, if we know for one thing, the hot dog portion would have definitely been inspired by the bratwurst. So in the past, I think the bratwurst would have been first in Belka, and then over time, Osea, once they started to meet with Belka's borders, when it was a kingdom, probably was like, oh, what is that? What the hell is that thing? That looks pretty good. It's very spicy, but I don't know. Maybe we could... Spice is real good. And then over time, they were like, okay, now that we're industrialized, let's just make really quick hot dogs. Our version, because now we're at war. Let's say like during the Osean War, hot dogs were invented back then, because now they can't have their sausage. And now they're like, well, what can we do? Hot dogs, baby! So they made their own. That'd be a fun little theory. Osea made their own hot dogs, their own bratwurst, aka the hot dog, during the Osean War. Basically their World War I, because Belka refused to give them the sausage, and the bratwurst, I mean, that sounded wrong. I'm sorry. Don't use that out of context. I would say, yeah, Osea in retaliation was like, we need our sausages, so we're gonna make our own, and they made their own, which is the hot dog. Yeah, we did say hamburgers, the sandwich is Osean, but the patty, like the slab of meat, is Belkan. That's what we're gonna say. The whole, now we're gonna add more to it to make it its own identity, is a thing. Just like how I put down American goulash on there, because I know original goulash is somewhere else. Ooh, this is a good song too. I'm gonna turn up just a little bit. I love this. So, hello, Soul. You start at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. That's 1 hour earlier than usual. I know. We're celebrating the 31st birthday with a fun little Strangereal Theory Food edition. Grinder Industries makes sausages. Trust. Considering I'm from Norway, Nordnovik is mine. I will say, yeah, yours. It's Norwegian. It's, I would say Finnish. It's also Swedish. So it's very Scandinavian. But not just Scandinavian. I think Nordnovik is also another nation, which we will get into later. Okay. So I think for now, Belka has a whole lot of German inspired things. So we're going to keep the list as is. You guys know Belka's German. We're going to need to continue and move on to the next one. Okay. If we think of anything else, we're going to go back and kind of fill it in and change some things. Okay. So the next nation. This one I know pretty well. It's... Oh, you know what I can do? Hold up. Ace Combat.
We really needed that.
Hold on. Add. Okay. There you go. Sapin. A lot of my ancestry is from real life Spain. So, this one is not going to be too hard for me. I'm going to list off some things off the top of my head right now. First things first, enchiladas. And we're going to put Spanish. Because there is another way to make an enchilada. This one's the dish kind. Okay? So I would say sapin would be the Spanish version of an enchilada, and I'm going to show you what they look like. And I really love enchiladas. Spanish enchilada. Right there. Very, very good. Right now it says Mexican. However, there's two different versions, okay? There's, like you see in this picture right here, this rolled up version, that's the Mexican version, okay? The one that's like a dish, like this. Nope, that's also more like this. It looks a little bit like lasagna, but it's more, you can chop it up like that. Sapin could count a little bit as Portugal, I will say, and I think a lot of it blend together. Pote Gallego? Pote Gallego. Pote Gallego. Is a hearty traditional soup from Spain's Galicia region, known for its rich, savory flavor from ingredients like white beans, potatoes, and that actually looks pretty good. It's got ham and bacon. I've never had this before. What's it called? Caldo Gallego. Oh, taco. We're gonna save tacos, not for sapin, for two different countries, okay? And I think you know what I mean when I say that. Caldo Gallego. I think I spelled it right. Same thing with tortillas, okay? Hold that thought. Yeah, I love Spanish food. I'm a big Spanish food lover. I mean, I have family from New Mexico. Not Mexico, the state of New Mexico. Okay? Difference. They're American. Just a lot of wonderful foods down there. It's just so authentic. I love it. Very authentic flavors. It's beautiful. Egg tarts. I have no idea what an egg tart is, but I'm gonna put it down because we're gonna say, yeah, I like sapin would be a mix of Portugal and Spain. I think that would be perfect. Maybe. God, what else is there? I want to say chili, but I don't know. Because a lot of things like from Spain and Mexico, Latin America is very... Once the whole expansion and colonization happened, it went into just... it mixed well. It mixed incredibly well. And sometimes it's really hard to kind of like stop and wonder which one's like from Spain, which one's from Latin America, which one's from South America. You got to really dig into it. Which one's from like America when everything kind of mixed in and you're like, I made something better. Holy shit, this is amazing. I took a hot dog, took chili, made a chili dog. There you go. That is beautiful. Good Lord. Hang on, back to Osea. Chili dogs. Yep. All right, back into sapping. Sorry. See, things that I'm thinking about right now. Latin American foods. Okay, San Salvation. You know, after sapin, let's talk about the other nations that I don't know if we should touch. Because there's not enough information. Only can theorize, but not enough. Compared to like these four nations we've been through so far, we have a bit more information that we can theorize. Gotta save Latin American food. Salt cod fritters are awesome, dude. Since they count as Portugal too, I would say salt cod fritters. What is a salt cod fritter? Salt cod fritter. Oh. Deep fried codfish cakes. That sounds pretty good. That looks pretty good. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay. We'll put that down. Okay, one last thing. Let's go back to the playlist. Okay, so where did chili originate from? Okay, so chili, specifically chili con carne, originated in the American Southwest and northern Mexico with roots tracing back to Mesoamerican spice traditions and 18th century Spanish and Canary Islander immigrants. So you see how everything's like a big melting pot back in the day. All right, so a little change here. What did we say? Salt cod fritter. Salt cod fritter. Okay, we have to also introduce and I put them together. Two nations that I almost forgot. We need to talk about Aurelia and Laysath. Okay? These two nations right here. I put them together as one because they're very similar. I think these are the Latin American nations. Aurelia. Let's see. Indo-European languages. Aurelia is a female given name derived from the male form Aurelius. Trying to think. Now, they don't outwardly say this is a Latin American inspired country. However, a lot of the names and a lot of the places in both Aurelia and Laysath. So if I look at Laysath, like example, Diego Gaspar Navarro. That's very Latin American sounding name. If we look at the bot, can't find it. I don't think we have a culture thing in here. But it's definitely... But you guys get what I mean? I think these two nations down south are definitely like Mexico, Brazil, any Latin American country, Ecuador. So I think together, I'm going to put them as together like this. And on this list, we'll put it all together. We're definitely going to say chili, tortillas, and you know what? Tacos. So I did look this up because I always wondered where like what was the authentic, like the very first taco and where was it from? A lot of debate and discussions have kind of narrowed it down to Aztec or Mesoamerican, where they had tortillas, they had corn, they had a whole lot of things, and it would like the very first tacos would have been corn and fish in a tortilla. A lot of that's how the first tacos were. Now when the Spanish came over and they caught wind of it, then they were like, oh, we could put beef in this, we could put cheese on this, we could put lettuce, we could put a whole bunch of different things on there to make it into like the modern day taco that you would see. I don't think Aurelia is Middle Eastern. I don't think so. And I believe the first Middle Eastern nation that we have now is Sotoa. Sotoa is the Middle Eastern nation. I don't think Aurelia is. Like, you have... If I were to look at some of the names... Like, if I look at the map here... Santa Elva... I can't say it. Chuqua River... A lot of... you got some Spanish sounding words. No, I think it's a little bit. Aurelia, in my opinion, is kind of Argentina. Yeah, like Argentina. So, during this whole talk with, like, originally we were just going to stick with Sapin, and then I was going to come back to these later, but I think it's a good time to just go in and talk about it now. Okay? We need to kind of get it off right off the bat here. I'm also going to throw in corn. Corn is probably where it came from over here. Okay, what else? Is there anything that I'm missing, chat? Give me some refreshers, because there's things I know that I missed. Oh, I gotta know where sopapillas, man. Sopapillas are so good. I love sopapillas. Oh my god, so good. Oh, hang on. I just remembered something. Spanish rice. Love Spanish rice. That's another one from Spain. Spanish rice. Are you doomed wingman? Also, your doomed wingman is Rick. Potatoes also came from the... Did it come from the... I think it did. This is the Naiad. This is the Naiad. So many different things. So, if we don't get back to this later, we can always come back to it. Like, we can turn this into a working list over time. So I think Sapin, Aurelia, and Lasath have a lot of mix of cultures, I think. Now, if we were to kind of apply it into our real world, maybe Sapin expanded. And then over time, maybe they expanded down over to... You know, they went from here, they sailed, and then they came over here, and then they were like, oh, dude, look at these places. Maybe this is where they also found Native Americans. Maybe this is where, like, Native Americans were from in Strangereal, and then they just integrated. I think both cultures integrated. That would be a cool little, like, theory story. Maybe, you know, minus, I don't think there was Manifest Destiny. We could say, like, they integrated and a new culture was born out of the two. Maybe it was like Sapin got rid of, like, the worst of the worst. They were like, oh, you people, or they kind of left and they were like, we gotta go find a new place. And they found this spot, these two areas, and they were like, oh, dude, this is nice. This is awesome. Oh, yeah, Estovakia. We're gonna get to Estovakia. That's a fun little theory, I think. Sapin, back in the day, kind of went into, probably had people immigrate over from here and then made landfall, met the locals, integrated with said locals, and were like, hey, you guys are cool. Let's live here. Let me show you some stuff. You show us stuff. Hey. I think integrated would be a better term. If we're gonna go less the real life route of what happened. So maybe that, I always thought, where would, like, Native Americans be in Strangereal? Maybe they were from down here. Maybe this is where the cultures were, but we don't really see that in the games. But it's just a fun little dumb theory I had. So I think that'd be cool. So we got those two. Oh, before we get to Amerio and Estovakia, we got to talk about our other favorite. Where are you? Eruja! Let's move you over here, Belka. Sorry. Eruja. How do I spell you? Eruja. Good Lord, Eruja. All right, off the top of our heads, they're France. They're literally French, but they're more than just French. I think there's a lot more to it. I think they are French with a mix of Hungary, mix of maybe some Balkan cultures, some Eastern European cultures, some Spanish cultures. The reason why I bring that up, if we were to look, you got to remember this. Eurasia in the past used to be let's just kind of do like a little thing here. All right. Eurasia was in the past a kingdom. Okay. And then over time, they had a very expansionist view. So they would expand. So they kept expanding over and over, and they kind of grabbed a little bit more territory, and then a little bit more territory, a little bit more kingdoms, a little bit more nations. You had kingdoms like Volslage, and you had other ones like Szilágy. Now, Szilágy is very Hungarian, and then Eurasia took Szilágy over, and then they also took Volslage and made it Erusian. I would say Eurasia feels like they kind of act a little bit more like the Roman Empire, where they kept expanding over time and they kept bringing in other nations and making them Roman or, Erusian at this point. Because you got some dialogue in 7 where it's like, my grandparents are saddened that when they speak in their native tongue, I don't understand them. So it's kind of the same way with the Roman Empire back in the day. They didn't just go in and genocided everybody. They went in and be like, look, if you want to be part of the Roman Empire, we want you to be part of the Roman Empire, but you're going to learn to become Roman, and we're going to teach you how to become Roman. We could also throw an Italian there. That one's like a little eh. So I'd say Eurasia very much. Let's clear that out. It's very much France. A little bit of Spain. Hungary. Maybe you could even throw an Austrian, but I think Hungary will be good. You could also have, Eastern Europe. I think those big four, would be very Eurasia. But the main dominant one would be France, or very French. But it'd definitely be over time, be diluted when it kind of incorporated these areas. Now, the reason why I say Spain is because San Salvation, that... I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. Oh, here's something interesting. Mr. Enemy Military. Celepatura is basically Singapore. Bandai Namco copied it just like they did with Toronto for Thief. Oh, that'd be interesting if we got some Asian cultures in there too. That was another thing too, because I always thought, like, where the heck would Japan or China or any Southeast Asian nation be? I think it would be Uzia. I think Uzia would have that. Wouldn't you guys think? I think a lot of like East Asian nationalities, ethnicities, I think that would be like different parts of Uzia. I think that's where we would see them. Wouldn't you guys agree? Ooh, they do have admirals with Singapore names. They do. For Salutis, Sella is where the lighthouse is. Yeah. So as a theory, do you guys think, I think a lot of East Asian cultures would probably be mainly down here. And maybe some up here. What would you guys think? Because the FCU is another one where it's very America coded, I would say, where it's a lot of different cultures melted together. It's based, FCU is kind of like OC a bit, in like the very general basic form. I do like that theory though. I think maybe like Yuja would be a lot of East Asian cultures, Southeast Asian culture. Oh shoot! I was just thinking Kimona and Gray's Island. That could be literally like the Philippines a little bit, and like Indonesia. Dude, that's all right. I think I like where we're going with this. Okay. Fun little theory, could be completely wrong. Project Aces could come in here and be like, no, stupid, that's not how this works. Don't think about that stuff. Just fly the damn plane, you idiot. I'm like, okay, I'm sorry. Cheers. I just wanted to have some fun. I just wanted to theorize. No, I'd probably be like, oh my god, it's Project Aces. Yay! I love you guys. Also, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Alright, so. Aruja. Anyways. Let's get back to the food. And you know what? We could throw in some East Asian food. Let's make it general here. Some East Asian foods. We could throw in there. Definitely French foods like the... Where was it? How do you spell it? Croissant. Is that how, did you... I don't know how to spell... That's croissant, my bad. How do you spell croissant? Guys, help me out. Help me out a bit. How do I spell croissant? Google, help. That's a crouton. Croissant. There we go. It's almost like I'm spelling Coruscant a little bit from Star Wars. I'm gonna put a question mark on the East Asia. I feel like that's where we would get it. I'll put it as a question mark because there's more to it than just Aruja. And I'll put down Celepatora because that would make sense. Coruscant, croissant. Ooh, what foods do you think they'd be all eating on Scully Islands? That could be another one where you get like probably some East Asian cultural food down there. I think that'd be cool. I'm drawing blanks here for French foods. Guys, help me out here. We got croissant, baguette. Is that how you spell it? Yeah, okay, baguette. Oh. Goulash. Threw in the goulash. Oh, by the way, my ADHD just kicked in for a second there. Hang on. Seppin, gonna move you down over here for a little bit because I need to make room for one little buddy. Okay, Ustio. What is Ustio getting? Pierogies. All right, Ustio's getting pierogies because Ustio is Poland, okay? Do y'all agree with that? The only thing that came out of Ustia was pierogies. All right, there you go. There's more to it than that, I know, but I'm throwing in there before I forget because I almost forgot about the goulash here. So, anyways, goulash. I have no idea. Oh, what's the thing? Fargois? Is that the duck thing? Yeah, we got a very nice fargois. Oh, I was going to say ratatouille. Ratatouille. Yeah, I was just thinking of the Pixar film. I don't want to just put down snails and frogs. That'd be mean. That'd be rude. Well, let's look it up. List of French foods. List of French foods. I cannot pronounce these, chat. I'm pretty bad at this. Holy cow, I am not good at reading French. Oh. I like crepes. Crepes are good. I love crepes. It's goose liver. Yeah, goose liver. Okay, it's goose liver. Little cake, espresso, macarons. I love macarons. Macarons are good. Macarons. Macarons are delicious. For Southeast Asian foods, adobo, pandesal chicken is a... Oh yeah, that's right. You're from the Philippines. I forgot. Shit, I forgot about empanadas. I don't know where empanada. I'm gonna put it over here. Empanadas. I could be wrong, but over here. What would be like? What's a food from Singapore? Paper fell. Cupcakes. Hunter stew. Sorry, I was supposed to be the memo boss. Oh. I'm gonna struggle with these French words. Creme brulee. I'm just gonna copy paste. Okay, it's gonna be heavily French. I think Arouge is gonna have, or the Arouge is gonna have some heavily French foods. Super heavy French foods. There it is. Fargois. Sorry, I hope I don't give you guys a freaking seizure. Fargois. Oh. Durian fruit. Maybe, you know what? Let's throw it in there. I don't know. It's a question mark. Let's take a look at that. Don't make it. I hope it's not lewd. It's a large, spiky tropical fruit from Southeast Asia known as the king of fruits for its unique pungent odor and rich, creamy custard-like flesh that tastes sweet and savory, often compared to a mix of vanilla, caramel. Oh, that's why it's pungent. The garlic. Its strong smell leads to it being banned from public transport and hotels in many places, but its complex flavor and high nutritional value makes it a beloved delicacy used in both sweet and savory dishes. And it's rich. Interesting. I did not know that. Oh, I could see the creamy, nutty part too. Yeah, it almost reminds me of like sea urchins a little bit. It's not lewd, but it's smelly. Yeah, it's not lewd, but it's smelly. So plug your nose. I learned French in school, so I've got it. Oh, and you got French Indonesia. That would make sense. Hey, that would make sense. Crap, I kind of want to throw in some like noodles too, but I don't know. I don't think that would work. Cream cheese. I'll put like some French cheese, like cheese. We'll throw down cheese in here. Wow. I think out of the two out of these nations, I think Belka and Erusia's got a lot going on. I think we got a lot from Erusia. We've kind of had a long time getting to know Erusia a bit more throughout the franchise, is what I'm learning. But again, this is a working list, so we could come back to this tomorrow. I'll just throw in Kaya toast. That's a good idea. Kaya toast. Now I know it's like its own, like celebratory is its own city nation. However, I think just, you know, in the past, Erusia took it over and then they became their own thing. I don't know. I kind of like the smell. Oh, the durian fruit. I think if you love garlic and you don't mind the mix of sweet and savory smelling flavors, I think you might be okay with it. But they say it's a very strong, pungent odor. So I think it's because of the garlic. I think the garlic smell is very, very strong. Now, I do like garlic myself. All right, so what did we learn here? There's a ton of Erusian foods. I think Erusia, I might have to just sit down and really think through it and present the list. Okay. What do you guys think? Do you think we should call that a day for Erusia? I think we could. Because we're kind of running out of room here. Because what we'll do is I think we should revisit this tomorrow too. In tomorrow's stream and go through and see if there's anything that we missed or fixed. Okay. I think we'll do that. Okay, next one. We're almost done. How you guys doing? Good? Because we're going to talk about Ameria. Alright, so Ameria. Let me pull my list up. Okay, so from what I read, Ameria is a mix of European cultures, with the two being Eastern European and Italian. So, first things first. Italian bistro. Spaghetti. You know what I'm gonna do? I'll throw it in, but put in question marks. Is it an ocean creation? We don't know. I don't know. You don't know. Nobody really knows. Maybe Kono knows. I don't know. I'm running out of room here. Definitely gonna need to make like a different list here. This is getting crazy. Meatballs, spaghetti bolognese. Yeah, all bangers. Linguine. Cannolis. That's not how you spell it. Cannoli. Is that how I spell it? I don't know. Is it what is it? Cannoli? There we go. Cannolis. Gotta say it like that. Ravioli. Tortellini. Okay, we're just gonna say pasta. Okay, pasta. Italian pasta. It's also got some Eastern European stuff, so you could throw in some like maybe sausages from Belka. You could throw in some like, I don't know, maybe pierogies are also there too. I'm not sure. Oh, maybe pierogies are also there too. Who knows? Lasagna. Lasagna. There we go. Pizza did, but it's not. Okay, pizza in Italy. Okay, it did, but it's not the pizza that you think it is. You would go in there and you'll be like, what the hell is this? Was ice cream an Italian creation? I mean, gelatos are. Is ice cream originally from Italy? No, ice cream was not invented solely in Italy, though Italy played a massive role in inventing gelato. So we're going to put down ancient beginnings. The earliest ancestors of frozen desserts date back to the Tang Dynasty China, where a dish made of iced camphor laced water buffalo milk was consumed. Dude, ice cream might have been a Chinese invention. Okay, hang on. We're going to throw in the gelato here. Gelatos are very good. Gelatos are very, very good. Gelatos. We're going to need to make some room here. Yerk to body, I got to scoot you down a little bit. I'm running out of room here. I didn't think this would happen. Man, this is what happens when I don't go in with research first. And when we're just kind of going through off the bat here, because now I'm just like, boy, there's so many different foods. Oh, we could say like wine, vinegar. Vinegar would be a thing, right? Vinegar, and then wine. Olive oil. Yeah, olive oil. Yeah, we could definitely say that. Oh, we kind of went into Sotoa territory here. Oopsies. Sotoa's gonna be real pissed. Here, we're just gonna vinegar, wine, olive oil. They should add a food section if they ever make a Strangereal history book. I think that would be fun. They eat Fiorenta. Fiorentina and Kessid. Yeah, Italy piece was just cheese and bread, or it was just bread with rose water. It's ice cream of fruit. Oh no. Oh, who asked that? Carbonara. Yeah, okay. Ameria's got a lot here going on, just like Erusia. Okay, I think we have enough for Ameria. Right now, these are like ideas. So what I'll do tonight is I'm gonna make another new one, and I'm just gonna put it into like a organized list with the map as the background. And we're gonna return to it tomorrow and then just kind of clean it up a little bit. However, we're not done yet. We got 2 more nations. Or maybe 3. We need to talk about Slovakia. We need to talk about the Stovies, okay? The 2 things off the top are the Soviets or Russians and Romanians. I think we need to focus a lot on Romanian dishes. So, Slovakia would definitely have anything related to Romania. Okay? So, Romania. Dracula lived in Romania, right? So, blood. Oh, an Ace Combat food book went, and it's just a regular cookbook, but you kind of mix things a little differently. Like in Ameria, the Italian bistro, the American bistro. Oh, there's more, Mr. Enemy Military. You got more? Dumpling stew, stuffed pepper. Dracula's a myth. No, it wasn't. You keep your mouth shut. He was very real. It's very real to me. God, there's so many things. Yeah, when I go through here, I'm gonna make sure I go through and so I may be joking, but that's a decently big market. Octopus salad? The hell is octopus salad? Dracula's real. He's my uncle. Yeah, there you go. See? Rototo had uncle is Dracula. There you go. Hold on, there's so many more coming in. Oh, I can't keep up. Hang on. I don't know any, like, okay. Fine. I gotta put it in. And then I'm going to fact check myself later, okay? Pasca, no, not pasta, pasca. Dumpling soup. I don't know what this one is. I will definitely go back and check it out again. Because I have little knowledge on Romanian or Balkan. You know what? I'm going to throw in Balkan. Or the Balkans. This is a thing I did not know I was going to do. Okay, Slovakia. That's something I need to work on. Okay. So, I apologize if I'm like really bad with that Slovakia stuff. Okay. We're going to finish off the next two. However, I'm going to give them a different list. Let's do Sotoa. Okay? We're going to do Sotoa. Gotta work with Project Aces regarding Strangereal cultures. I would love to see if they can expand that just a little bit more on like a side thing, not in the games itself. Like in the games, whatever nations you're showcasing, I think is the best opportunity to kind of give it hints. Now, with Sotoa, there's two things that pop in my head. Soto is definitely Iranian. It's definitely Iranian / Persian. So it's definitely inspired by that. Big carrots, yes. I'm glad someone talked about that. Big freaking carrots. Yeah, carrots. They got carrots over there. Very huge. Very beautiful. However, and this is in the wiki too, and I think Kono mentioned this too in the past, Sotoa has very exquisite seafood. I think out of anybody in Strangereal, I think Soto would have the best skills at making seafood. I think they might be #1 in seafood, which would make sense because their nation is being desertified and they're nomadic, and I think they would huddle to the seas and they would learn how to fish, and I think they would be fishing and they would be very skilled at it. So anything we need to look, when I do some research tonight, I'm definitely going to look into anything Persian related or close to the area. Put that on the list. Anything North African, anything Mediterranean, anything like North African Mediterranean. I am so hungry. I feel, you know what? We could say like crab legs, oysters, fish, and you know what? I'm gonna put this down. They might just be very good at making tuna fish sandwiches. I think they'd be the masters of it. Trouts. God, that might be the red lobster. Soto might be just the red lobster of Strangereal. Fried calamari. Throw that in there. You know, I could see some East Asian culture mixed in with Soto too, with seafood. I think I could see that as well. I think so. I think I would see that. Krabby Patties. Arr, Krabby Patties. Arr, Squidward. All right, so my homework is definitely Sotoa. Okay. Sushi would definitely be a thing. Oh, sushi would be a thing. Shrimp. Fried shrimp, grilled shrimp on the barbie. Oh, there's another question I have. Which Strangereal nation's Australia? There's gotta be an Australia. There's gotta be an Aussie nation. Aussie nation. Because out of all the nations so far, all the areas, I'd say I think the one that would be closest to Africa would be right over here. I think this area would be Africa. Or maybe Africa could be also part of up here. Maybe over here. You think Australia would be right there? This is Australia. This is the down under. It's Australia, mate. There you go. It's right down there. There's got kangaroos. That's why we don't go over there in Ace Combat. There's freaking kangaroos down there. Little joeys. That would be funny. I think that would be real funny. No, Australian Strangereal, but New Zealand's islands are yeah, they are, but they're part of Antarctica, so they'd be very cold. They'd be very frozen. Okay. So I think Sotoa, we're going to say a lot of seafood stuff and a lot of Iranian Persian foods. Okay, last one. Okay, this is more of a bonus. We need to talk about Nordnovik. Okay? We're going to talk about Nordnovik. This one, I'm 50-50. Now, I did say earlier at the start, Osea being just America, but not a lot of like East Asian cultures just because like their military is named. However, for me to say this about Nordnovik would be very hypocritical. So I also need to rethink Osea again. So Nordnovik is definitely Scandinavia. It's definitely Scandinavian nations. But I think it's also British. Very British. Because they have a Royal Air Force. Now, again, that's part of the military thing. That's where the hypocrisy comes in. However, I think there's one more that kind of would support it. In Ace Combat 6, in the briefings, when it boots up, the software is called Macmillan Heavy Industries. Macmillan is definitely very Scottish sounding, which is in the UK, which leads me to believe is very UK. So I think it's a mix of Scandinavia and UK and British. I'm not going to start typing on this one because there's so much. I just don't know. That's my thought. Now, if I were to go with that, I will look back at Osea and see if maybe there's some like Japanese influence into that because of the whole Defense Air Force thing. But I don't know where on the map that would be. Great Britain is in Nordnovik. However, in Ace Combat 6, when you zoom in, the landmass is very, very, very different. But it's not updated on 7, so I don't know. Macmillan is a defense firm, yeah. So Nordnovik is very I don't know, 50-50 we'll say. I don't think North Point is 100% British. I will say, I know Osea and Nagasaki exists, but again, that's where I'm like, so is Snow, so is Grimm, so is anyone who's from South Belka. Like, Osea is big. It's a big country, and I think it's a big mix of different ethnicities. Because I think a lot of people immigrated to Osea. That's what I'm saying, which is very hard to kind of narrow it down. I don't know. It could be a mix of two different things. I gotta like stop and really, really think about it. Just kind of think about where that would look. Now, I don't know where everyone's getting the idea where North Point is British. I don't know where that's been seen or heard. Because there's never been an indication where it's like, this is Britain. I feel like that's a fan theory. And I feel like a lot of people are using that as a fan theory. Maybe it's the Roundels. I don't know. Almost the whole landmass, of course, probably has multiple cultures out there. It probably could. I don't know with Osea. And yeah, and you could say Osea is an amalgamation of all these cultures. Osean military is US and Japan. Some of their military branches are called defense force, if not... Right. But that's where I gotta stop and think, is it just the military part and not the cultures? But that's where when I bring up Nordanavik, I'm like, well, that sounds weird too if I give that a pass, but not Osea. So it's like, I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know what's really concrete in a sense. They referred to Osea as a sister nation. Right. And I think it's the influence. So, I'm gonna go back to Osea, and then we'll come to a verdict tomorrow on what that could be. I really got to think about that one. Yeah, stop. I'm just really thinking. I'm reading through comments. I'm sorry for the quietness. So, Nordanavik, I'll think, but that's just more of like there's really not too much to it. I think Nordanavik is Scandinavian and British. North Point, I don't know. I don't know what North Point is. I know a lot of people say it's British, but I think that's from fan fiction. So I wouldn't use the fan fiction. You got to be very careful with that. Oh, to Ireland? The Irish? Oh, they're from Ireland. North Point's Ireland. There you go. That'd be very funny. Oh, we have the Fortress Intolerance. I can't do an Irish accent. I can do Scottish. Scottish I can do Australian. Okay, so my homework for tomorrow is I'm gonna make the list. I'm gonna like really figure out the cultures for each, the cultures and the ethnicity, like where things could have originated from. I think we're really getting there. North Point is Ireland. Maybe there you go. We just figured it out. It's Ireland. It's the lucky little North Point. I think that'd be very funny. All right, so I'm gonna figure out Osea's situation. That Osea could be just America. That's it. Duh. Far East. Okay. About North Point, Nagasei Usean is said to be from an island country in far eastern Eugia. And in Ace Combat 7, they say North Point is in far eastern Eugia, which it is. Makes me think maybe... Maybe, I don't know. Who's got a nick for the knack? North Point could be Japan? Maybe, I don't know. Maybe, don't know. Who knows? Maybe. You know, kind of got that. It's kind of got a little bit of that. Just that look. Yeah, North Point being Great Britain is from the fanfiction map. Don't use the fanfiction map. I almost got caught up in that, like, oh, North Point's British. And I'm like, no, it's not. We don't even know what North Point is. It could literally be Japan or literally could be Ireland. I don't know. It could be both. An Irish-Japanese person. Who knows? Who likes a lot of beer? A lot of ale. They get drunk. And they have swords. That would be scary. Made by the guy who ruined Vector Thrust. Oh god, no. I don't know if Mobius lives in North Point. A lot of people theorize that. Maybe a fanfic did that. I want to believe Mobius is from Newfield Island. Newfield Island. I think that would be better. That would be more interesting if he was from Newfield Island. Huh. All right. I would be scared too. Irish Japanese person, drunk and wielding swords. We would be in great danger. We'd be in great danger. You got to include kimchi. Oh, but we did. I don't know, but we said that those two were more Latin American instead of South Korea and North Korea. Okay, the homework for me for tomorrow. Okay, you ready? My homework. What? You know, well, let's do this. What is Osea? America only or mix of America and Japan? Question mark. Don't know. Not sure. We will find out. We will figure that out. What else? Compile a new list for tomorrow with the foods and cultures. And then what else did I gotta do? And then have a theoretical guess on now, I don't want to sound like some weird person when I say this word, where people, how do I say this? Ethnic origins could have originated on strange real Earth. That's not a priority, but it's just more like a based on like the mix of cultures, what would make the most sense. So kind of like evening again, look. That's what I'm just kind of going with, because I feel like out of all the talks that we've had, Osea might have a lot of, you know, that European, East Asian mix. I think that continent would be strong for that. Osea might have a bit of an Eastern Asian mix as well in Osea. I don't know specifically, but we'll see. But if you were to kind of like here's what I'm thinking. If you were to bridge it out a little bit, I'm gonna move you guys down here. This is the final thing, because it's just a theory. It's just for fun, and I could be completely wrong if Project Aces ever wants to take the time to do this. I feel like a lot of Eastern or regular European nations, let's make that circle probably over here. Right here would be European. What program is this? This is Ibis Paint. I use Ibis Paint. It's gotten better over the years. So I feel like this area would be European. Not sure about this area. Maybe like Native American-ish or probably indigenous. Over here would be, we'll say indigenous. and then Latin American. Over here would be Eastern European, Scandinavian, and then some Slavic. Over here would definitely be Slavic. Over here would be Middle Eastern. Probably down here, maybe up here would be like East Asian, Southeast, Asian, and then maybe just East Asian. Are you guys seeing what are you guys picking up what I'm putting down here with this? I'm literally trying to figure out, could you kind of connect it in a way, like with real life? And I think like African would be over here. African descent. Could be down over here. Or maybe even up here. Do you guys see what I mean? I think South Oasia is South American based on the games there. I think so too. Yeah, like South American. Like if we were to kind of put it together like that, I don't think Project Aces would be intentional when they were making the games like that, you know, with the different cultures. Maybe they were, I don't know. Maybe they do have a roadmap. We're not aware of. But we could see it like, oh shit, then San Salvation could also be Spain too. So, okay, do you guys see what I'm doing here? Like European, so you get more Caucasian. You'd also get some Caucasian up here, Caucasian here. But then kind of like over here is when you get like Eastern Asian, and then Southeast Asian, and then Middle Eastern, and then maybe African over here as you go down, which would kind of, I think geographically would make sense. And then over here it'd also be going down here, but more indigenous, maybe Latin American, because maybe there's like immigration and colonization. And then over here, I don't know. Maybe also indigenous, like Eskimo, different tribes. Maybe that was back then. Yeah, San Salvation translates into Saint Salvation, but that's the only thing we have out of it to confirm that it's Spanish. That's why I kind of put the brakes on that and not go too deep into it. However, again, this is a theory, a strange real theory, not fact. So, and again, it's not one for one. Remember that, because I think we might have to just, you kind of got to mix things a little bit. Like Middle Eastern and maybe East Asian, that gets mixed in a bit. European and East Asian, that gets mixed in a bit. Same thing with like up here with Slavic, maybe Middle Eastern. But it kind of like, in a sense, has a nice flow to it. And you can kind of guess what's happening. And you know, it makes me think too, maybe like indigenous America is probably over here and down here. And then as people expanded, they were like, what's that over there? And then they went over and checked it out. And this is probably why OC is America. That's just my thought, even though you could, like, they're close by over here. There's really no, like, example of New World, Old World, we started sailing. You know what I mean? There probably was. But I think there's, when you look at the map like this, there's a lot of hopping in between. Very, very interesting. So, that's my homework with the food stuff, and that's so weird how it went from a fun food theory stream to a, where would everybody be geographically? How would it work on this one? And I have no idea. I'm not an expert on this, I will say that. This is all just a guess. If someone who knows this or has studied this can take what I did and just map it out, that would be awesome. I would really love that, because I would like to know theoretically where things fit. Anyways, happy 31st birthday, Ace Combat. Sorry to get a little like geographical here. So I think we can put that away, because now here's what we're gonna do next. I think we need to start reacting to some videos. There's a couple videos that I want to do. Yo, bro, could you explain Ace Combat Joint Assault story? Not right now, but when I go through it, one day I will. I can't remember if that's the one Sly hated. I don't know. Strangereal scholars, come on out. Yeah, we need to be my scholars. You're my scholars. This is the Schola. So, I want to react to a couple videos. I want to react to Marco Meatball's newest video that just came out. I'm going to pause it in between. I'm going to give out some commentary to make sure that it's okay. We'll also go through and see. We'll go through and we'll just exit out there. I'll stop streaming. So there goes that. Yes, thank you, Discord. I had a good time. Okay, I'll put that down. And then let me exit out of Discord. Okay. Soul one stop. Marco Meatball has been posting some questionable stuff, but I follow through with his Ace Combat videos. I believe I watched Marco Meatball's new video earlier. I want to just watch that one video from him. I think he'll be okay with me reacting to it, but if not, I'll find out later, obviously. But I'm gonna pause it religiously, and I'll give my commentary on it. So we're gonna go through, watch that, and then I want to watch Fictional Horizons videos. I want to watch this video that was posted 7 hours ago. Ace Combat is one of the greatest series ever made. It's a 12-minute video, and first of all, I will make sure this is put into the description. I'll make sure. Yeah, he's pretty chill, but if he doesn't like people reacting to the videos, that's fair. I just don't know, but I'm gonna be very respectful to the video. I'm not gonna encourage any downvotes or dislikes. I just want to watch. If you want a long one, Argenbolt has one on Ace Combat. I did see that. I haven't really sat down to really dive deep into it. Stuff like that I really want to be like, give my undivided attention to. Okay, so we're gonna do that. So, hey, thank you. I'm glad you like the Strangereal Earth one. Okay, so this is Marco Meatball. He's reacted to a lot of the music because he's an opera singer, and I love his reactions to the music, especially for Ace Combat 5. It's very emotional. I love it a lot. Hey, look, Gen, look too. It's your video. I hope you like the map because I made better maps, but I think it worked for that moment. So, all right, Marco's looking at me disapprovingly. So I will say this, guys. This is the video. Ace Combat is one of the greatest series ever made. Just released today. We're going to react to it. We're going to take a listen and leave a like. You can go in and watch, leave a like, comment, all that jazz, okay? All right, we're going to have a listen together.
People will often say that video games can change lives or have changed their lives. Frankly, while these stories tend to elicit a feeling of nice, I've really rarely connected with the idea that a video game could fundamentally change a life. Yes, they can connect us.
I have to agree with that statement, because when I think through on my life, I was pretty young when I first started playing Ace Combat 5. Ace Combat 5 wasn't my first video game that I've ever played, but knowing myself back in the day, I was pretty bad. Oh, black screen. There we go. My bad. Let's try that again.
People will often say that video games can change lives or have changed their lives. Frankly, while these stories tend to elicit a feeling of nice, I've really rarely connected with the idea that a video game could fundamentally change a life. Yes, they can.
All right, there we go. So, as I was saying, when I look back on my life, I was very young. I was not good at video games. I was pretty clumsy. I was unsure of myself. I really did love fighter jets and airplanes growing up. I've watched that History Channel show Dogfights. It was so good. It got me into it. And then my dad coming home from work showing me, or not showing me, but gave me a copy of Ace Combat 5 was really, really good. But I was really bad at the game. But it was one of those games that I could not put down. I would stop, and then there would be kind of a break before I would like go back and pick it up. It's one of those games that forced me to actually stop and learn on my own. Your face cam is covered if you don't know. Oh my goodness. I'm a bad streamer. Well, there. How's that? Are you happy now? Are you happy, guys? Good Lord. I appreciate your guys' concern with my streaming quality. Thank you very much. Thank you, as always. Anyways, where was I? So, Ace Combat 5 was one of those rare games that forced me to learn how to play, to actually pay attention. I just sounded sassy. You guys keep looking after me. You guys sound like my mother. My goodness, chat. What would I do without you? But seriously, I really appreciate it. Thank you. I would have been just talking to the void. Well, there, how's that? So, it does change you. Not only that, I think it does change me for the better, because as a kid, I would draw my own world maps just for fun. I really did. I don't have them anymore. Maybe I do, but if I ever find one, I'll have to share it with you guys. Like I said in that video, I first encountered Ace Combat when my family was living in a bad part of New York City, gray skies and towers, and not being able to leave because it was the 90s in the yeah.
Can connect us to life experiences or help us navigate depression, grief, or a myriad of other emotions, but life-changing? That feels hyperbolic at worst and performative at best. If it's true that video games can actually influence and truly affect lives, how do we know when lightning will strike? Is there a specific game, a specific moment in time when a game arrives?
I think I know what he's going to say. The thing that really helped me when I was growing up was my confidence. I was a very active, unfocused young kid. And I never really had a lot of friends growing up because I was too hyper, per se. So I was always alone growing up in school. But when I was in high school, I got into cross country. Nobody else in my school would get into cross country. They always thought it wasn't the most popular sport. Everybody's like, oh, you just run long distance. What do you freaking do? And then everybody else in my school would do football, baseball, soccer. Baseball and football were the biggest ones. So was volleyball, but that was mostly girls. We didn't have a boys team. But cross country was untouched. Well, we did have some good runners, but it was basically untouched until I got in, and I actually made it a point where I focused on trying to be as good as I could. Originally, when I got into cross country, I first wanted to do it like, okay, I'm doing a sport. Maybe this is how I'll get friends. But as I went through on my first year as a sophomore, I started to that initial, I'm going to do cross country in order to get recognition and friends, slowly turned into, I might have a chance to qualify for states as a junior and maybe as a senior and qualify for states twice, because nobody else in my school has ever done that before. They only qualified for states once, and that was it. I could be the first one to do it twice. Now, granted, this was a very small school. This wasn't a big school, okay? My graduating class was 73. It was a tiny school. So it's really not that big, but it's an example. Use it as an example because slowly over time, I started getting really good at it and I got better at it. And then my junior year, I actually qualified for the first time for my first qualifier for states. And it was so nerve-wracking too. I just got in, like I was the runner up and I got into it. It was, because what they did is it's your division and it's the first 5 people who qualify, who finish the race, get to go to states for after running the state qualifier. So that was in late October, early November. However, if you win as a team, because you also run as a team, the school that goes, those runners who are in the top 5, they go and qualify as a team instead of individually. So what happened was there was a school that had a really good team and 2 of their best runners were in front of me because I came in. So out of the whole group in my division, I came in at 7th place. And there were 2 runners from that school who qualified as a school. So they qualified as a team. So 2 spots opened up for top 5. And I was in that top 5 once those 2 were qualified as a team. And I made it. And it was the biggest, greatest feeling. And then that was like personal. Like, I did this. This is awesome. I've never done this before. And I actually won something, like I won a goal that this is big and important for me. This is awesome. And when I say for me, it was literally just for myself. I didn't think anybody else like at school would have noticed. I abandoned that thought. But when I went back to school, I was genuinely shocked how many people were actually watching and actually keeping tabs and asking How did I do? Hey, Soul, how did you do? Did you make it? And I told him, like, oh, yeah, I made it to state qualifiers. I'm actually going to go to this place pretty soon. They were, like, ecstatic. And it made me stop and, like, go, this is weird. I've never had this type of thing before. I just went out, did something that I was passionate about, did a good job with it. And then now a lot of people are stopping congratulating me like they've never done that before. Like, I've never had this before. And it was a very good feeling. It wasn't a bad feeling. It wasn't like, really, like, you're like congratulating me, like, but as I grew up and I thought about it a little bit more, I really stopped and thought about the Ace Combat games. Ace Combat 4 specifically with Mobius 1, where he started as a nobody, but over time with his achievements, you can hear over the radio chatter that people start to cheer you on. And then I just stopped and thought, this is just, it felt like that. People were starting to root for me that they never did before. And I was just out there by myself doing this. And it's just like, people are like, go, so like, go, keep running. Like the football team too. After that state qualifier, when I was training for the actual state run, which I didn't win, but that was the goal. Obviously, I'm not that fast, but I was fast enough to be active. But the football, I didn't even recognize because I had headphones in, but they were cheering me on. The whole team as I was running by training, but I was so focused on my goal. And it was like so surreal. It was like, holy shit. Like, it made me realize no matter what thing you're doing, if you put your heart and soul to it and you care about it and you're passionate about it, people are going to recognize that. It's very infectious. And I feel like that's what Ace Combat is like. It's like, it feels very realistic to that part of when you start to do amazing things, people start to notice. I think that's what he's going to talk about. I could be wrong, but that's my that's how I think the games changed my life in a retroactive sense without even knowing it.
Lives in your hands that suddenly everything makes sense? A piece of music? A sequence in your game that rewires your brain chemistry? What is it? What is the psychological force that can reset your brain codes and make you realize you've just had a life-altering experience? Well, this is the story of my brain-altering, ultra-hyperbolic, life-changing experience with the Ace Combat series. I'm not going to lie to you. If you're not an Ace Combat fan, one, you're probably like, why is this man constantly talking about Ace Combat? It's
because planes are rad. All right. Tell that to the guys the guys and girls who are like, whoa, Ace Combat, why is everyone praising it? Planes are rad. All right. Moving on.
just a...
Oh, ad. Life isn't fair. What is this? Eesh.
Every video he has where he introduces non-gamers to video game music, why is it constantly taking up a slot to talk about? But really, I hope you're like, okay, Ace Combat? Life-changing? Okay, how? And if you're already an Ace Combat fan or veteran, well, I don't have to explain this to you. People have told me they become pilots, gone to work in aerospace, and more because of the life-changing experience of playing Ace Combat. Each story...
Yeah, the amount of times I've heard people say, this game made me become a fighter pilot, this game made me become a pilot, this game made me want to look at maps more closely, create new stories. It doesn't just stop with becoming a pilot. I think Ace Combat hits that part of your brain where it's just like, there's more to it. There's more to it than just planes. It's more about that drive to become better and better and better at what you do. And I think that's a good attitude to have, not in an obsessive way, but I'm just going to go all out as best I can. And I'm going to keep going. I don't care who notices. This is for me. This is what I got to do. I think that's why it's so successful. It's more than just a playing game. It's it hits that part of, I think, the human soul of that drive, that will to just pursue and keep going and become better and better. I did want to become a pilot, but as I grew up, I was kind of suspecting I did have ADHD, and I was like, probably not for me. Probably would break that plane. So there's a lot to it. I don't think I would have made it, and I'm not good at math. I'm pretty bad at math. So I kind of was like, yeah, you know what? Maybe I'm not that type of guy, but that's okay. That's okay. Maybe one day I'll fly a plane. I don't know. Maybe not. Who knows? That would be cool. It would have to be a biplane. I think that'd be very fun. Or P-51 Mustang.
Very unique, personal, and I think touching in ways that really can't be described. How a single franchise can affect so many of us. For me, I first set my ears on Ace Combat when a patron asked me to listen to Zero from Ace Combat Zero. I was admittedly ambivalent. To be candid with you, Ace Combat, the plane series, there's simply no way that this game is going to have music that I connect with or think is good. Spoiler, it launched an almost psychotic obsession with the series and its music. The damn song starts with these strings slowly ascending to the heavens, flamenco guitar wailing, horns shifting, notes increasing.
I gotta say, Zero is probably my favorite album for Ace Combat. It's just so good. I listen to that at work. I listen to that in my car. I just listen to it whenever I can. It's just a beautiful blend. I think Zero just hits, like, it just, like, the progression of Ace Combat. Ace Combat 4 was that transition phase from 1 through 3 into, like, the modern day Ace Combat that we have. 5 was the right step in the right direction with some things that needed to be ironed out. And then Zero looked at both, took what was good in both of them, and just turned that up to 13 out of 10 and just made it the best it could be. And it's perfect. And it's kind of shows how Project Aces learned, developed, and improved. And I think that they probably see it as a parallel too on them becoming the best that they can be, just like everybody else.
Tempo, random horns, and launches into sharp strings, emphasizing the power of the moment. The conflict of the duel with Pixie. Out of nowhere, flamenco guitar supporting an effervescent, beautiful soprano vocal that rides into the stratosphere.
Yeah, it's...
Boom!
And then just...
Danger.
Flamenco guitar.
Sensuality, tension, and power.
Tension.
So it continues until the...
Wait.
Castanets. Danger. Swirling of
What did he put up?
sensuality, tension.
Tension. It's a whole lot of tension right there. I agree. Moving on. If you ever catch me with that hairstyle, I just end my life.
And power. And so
Just end my life.
until the song ends.
Not literally.
Put in my place. Forever
Just
doubting
end
the
my
series
career.
Music ever again. In fact, in the video, you hear me say, as the music fades, talk about my expectations totally being shattered because that was insane. Now, okay, sure, yeah. Music does this to people all the time. I'd hardly quantify music listening as a life-changing experience.
Okay. I get what he's saying. However, here's the thing why I like art. Art can be very emotional, okay? I think the strongest thing about art, not that it's... I don't always agree that, like, art and writing, it's always political. I don't agree with that part. I believe art is very, very emotional. It's a very emotional thing, an emotional skill, an emotional experience that we can have as people. I think that's very, very unique to us. And that can be art that you've looked at, like a movie, a picture, something that you've drawn, that you've put your heart and soul into it. And music, I believe, fits that well too. It's art, but it's audio art. And there's a lot of songs that make me tear up too. They pull on my heartstrings and they make me go, holy cow, this is beautiful. And Ace Combat, like the journey home, I don't tear up and cry. It pulls on my heartstrings, and that's where I stop and say, you know what? At my funeral, I want the journey home to play at my funeral. That's the song. I feel like that fits my life best. I feel like that's it's very emotional, it's very touching, and I love it. And yeah, that's the song I would love to play at my funeral. That's the thing. That's my wish. And music evokes that emotion out of people.
When are we getting to the part that is life-changing?
That music can change your life.
The soundtrack of my childhood and teenage years was inadvertently created by my dad. You see, my dad was an amateur bassist and an amateur musician who had a musician's soul. He loved music, and largely, I think I gained my musical appreciation from him. Saturday mornings, I would be awakened by him blasting songs from the various bands he loved. Steely Dan, Stevie Wonder, Paco de Lucia, Pat Metheny, the Gypsy Kings, the Eagles, or any other band that had a ripping guitar section. Like all children, I thought these bands were woefully uncool. I was busy enjoying my music. Eminem, Dr. Dre.
Hell yeah! He was an Eminem fan. Hell yeah, dude! Love Eminem. My dad loves Eminem too. Yeah, my dad got me into a bit of Eminem. I'm a lot like my dad, where when we're working out or we're working hard, we want to be like, yeah, we want the music to match that. It matches the mood.
Creed.
What's wrong with Creed? Creed's not that bad. Sometimes I listen to Creed. What's wrong with you guys? It's okay. It's fine.
The cool stuff. In high school, I also discovered video game and movie soundtracks. So for me, that was where the good stuff was. And my
he's playing the music. Don't tell me something bad happened to his dad. Come on.
dad's stuff was kind of whatever. What I didn't realize at the time is that this music would imprint itself into my soul. Dirty Work from Steely Dan, Hotel California, Songs in the Key of Life by Stevie Wonder. These were inadvertently my music too, even if at the time I thought I'd never care about any of this old stuff. My dad was also my best friend, and in 2022 he lost his life to liver cancer. I don't...
God damn it. That's tough. I get it. It's not easy to go through that. Just to lose a lot, like I've lost a loved one, not to cancer, but to a bunch of stroke, like mini strokes, and just watching them degrade and lose the sense of themselves, and just it's not a good memory to have. It's heartbreaking. I get it.
Carry too many regrets from my life with him, but frankly and candidly with you, I wish I'd paid more attention to the music he loved instead of dismissing it for lame or old music, because his taste was honestly pretty banging looking back.
I think we all have that too. There's moments where there were days where I'm mad at my grandfather back in the day, but there's days where I do regret after he passed, where I'm like, damn, I wish I just reached out a little bit more, because he cared a lot. And I think as a kid, we always look back at the old stuff and we're like, ugh, that's not my thing, that's old, ugh, there's like timey-wimey, but then when you get older, you're like, I understand you there's a part of you that finally understands. I think we all run into that.
Ironically, my musical taste has shifted a great deal, I think in part due to his death. I find myself looking for music that reminds me of him. Music that feels like it would be exciting for my dad, engaging, and something that he would want to listen to, that was worth sharing. I tell you this
Dark Souls is a
because
good
I believe
one.
that the discography of Ace Combat would have excited my father to no end. Even more so, the blending of the classical components with killer guitar sections, sweeping strings, and moving choral sections feels like it was almost made for us both, for our combined musical language. His passion for rock and my passion for orchestral music. I think this tethers me to Ace Combat in powerful subconscious ways. It makes me feel like, in a metaphysical way, my dad is still here. I think of the slow blues guitar in Drag Racer that starts with those subtle riffs, only to be swept up and into the sky with the incredible string section morphing into the Daredevil motif.
Okay. Chat. How many of you, who played Ace Combat 7 when it came out, okay? So like me, when it came out back then, day one, how many of you cried during this scene? Because I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be completely honest with you, and you could call bullshit on me for this. I did not cry at this scene. This scene did not get me. It was very, like, it pulled on my heartstrings. I was like, okay, this is cool. This is bad. Like, we're getting back here into Strangereal. This is awesome. Because the time I actually started like legit tearing up in Ace Combat 7 was the very, very first mission. Not like cry sobbing, but like emotional. Charge Assault. When that music, when you take off on the runway and you're flying and the music starts to pick up slowly, and then as soon as you get close to the enemy with the bombers, and then it picks up like with the doo 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 doo, that's when it hit. That's when it hit me like, holy crap, I'm playing Ace Combat again. We're playing in Strangereal. We got the beats back. Everything feels like Ace Combat. I'm about to cry right now. This is awesome. I'm so happy right now. That's when it hit me, and I think that's where music is very powerful. That build up, that it just like, hey, remember? Here we come. And then the boom, there it goes. That's where it hits like a truck and it just pulls on your strings. That's where it's like, this, like, Ace Combat fan teared up right here. And it's a good spot right there. Because that's a return to form.
Guitar strumming alongside bongos, a particular combination of instruments that doesn't really fit, but inexplicably just does. Low brass and strings showcase.
2019 was a whole different year.
My dad would have connected with the free form guitar improv of Magic.
I know a friend who would love this one.
I would have been to show him the more orchestral tracks of Unsung War and Sound Embrace, how powerfully orchestral Ace Combat tracks could be. To show him that I finally found something for us. Not his music or my music, but our music. Something we could share with and delight in. Something to connect us. Something I wish I had simply taken the time to do more of while my dad was alive. So why is Ace Combat life-changing? Because even through death, it has given me a way to connect to my father. Every time I hear music from Ace Combat, I don't just think of myself.
Hi, I'm JT, and I made reason.
Hi, JT. You kind of interrupted me. But so right now he's playing the Unsung War. That tears me up too when I'm in the car driving, because I just think back to that final moment where everything just hits. Like that song is it's very do or die. This is it. We're the only ones left. We got to put an end to this. We're going to do it. die trying, and I don't care if I die. We're gonna get the job done. Oh yeah, Nagase's voice cameo last minute in 7 was a real treat. I was like, oh my god, it's you! Hey, what you doing? God damn it, Nagase. Ad's always interrupting during the most important times. I know, but I can always make fun of it.
I wonder if he would have liked the track.
I think he
I
would.
wonder what he would say about the bass line. I wonder if he'd think it was cool or interesting. Would he get into it? Would he jam out? Would he pull out the guitar and try to find a riff to connect with? Ace Combat allows me to keep the heart beating of my father's legacy within me. Through music and the appreciation of music, the very thing I've been able to accidentally turn into a career. Music aside, playing Ace Combat has also changed my life in one more pretty substantial and significant way. A way I'm actually genuinely pretty excited about.
Oh yeah, the lore goes very
affects
deep.
A wide range of people, including me for a time, but something odd has happened. A lot of my fear is now controlled, but there was a time when I couldn't even get on an airplane without feeling like the imminent death approaching me as soon as those main cabin doors would close. I was so envious of people who seemed so calm and relaxed, reading their newspapers, unthwarted by the occasional bout of turbulence. Me, and no, I used
The
to say
turbulence
that
part is what
prayer
scares
that
me.
God wouldn't let me die in an airplane. Obviously, therapy and other tools have helped.
But also, I think it's the fact too. I do get scared of flying. Not deathly afraid, but it's just the fact that someone else is flying it and I'm just in the tube, and if anything goes wrong, it's just like I'm putting my life in somebody else's hands, and I hope they can do it. And obviously they can. They're very, 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 very well trained, and the planes today are very, 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 very well made, where they have a very, 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 very smart computer, and the only thing you got to worry about is the turbulence. That's about it. And the fuel, and just, there's so many different safety factors and fail safes in place that it's hard to, like, you literally got to force the plane to fail. Like, you got to, like, just, but I get it. I was the same way. I did fly a lot when I was younger. I did travel a lot when I was young too. But I wasn't like death afraid. It was just more like, oh my God, are we going to be okay? If you know what I mean.
This process immensely, but you know what else has? Ace Combat. Yeah, takeoff is now my favorite part. Having gone through the Holy Trinity, Ace Combat 6 and 7, the exhilaration of being in a high-speed flying vehicle is a joy now. I can't wait for the moment I
Same thing with driving too.
From the runway up into the sky. These days I actually blast Ace Combat when I'm flying. It makes me feel alive. It gives me such a sense of freedom that I never believed was truly possible for me. And while sure, I mean, medication does help, I really believe that playing a lot of Ace Combat has given me a renewed sense of vigor.
Where did he, hang on. Okay, I've never played this game. One day I will.
Combat has given me a renewed
Oh, okay, he didn't realize I was there. Oh my God.
vigor and passion.
I understand his pain too.
Cured me of my fear of flying, commercially anyway.
Commercially.
I'm sure I'm ready to hop into a jet myself. It's not something I would have ever anticipated would happen, but I'm grateful that it did. Ace Combat has changed my life. It has brought me closer to the spirit of my father.
God, look at
It has brought
that.
me closer to the spirit of myself. And it has given me the opportunity to enjoy parts of my life that I previously feared and even loathed. It has shown a light on new perspective and given me my own opportunity to spread my wings and take to my own skies. And I think that is a beautiful and rare thing that is not altogether that common. Video games are more than what they appear to be.
This Assassin's Creed 3 cutscene was really freaking cool. Alright, that was pretty cool. Growing up, I was like, this is awesome. I love Assassin's Creed.
Sure, games ultimately are entertainment.
No,
But
Shepard!
I believe they can heal,
Why?
save.
Oh, that
and
one was
opportunities
sad.
for growth if we're open to them.
That
I think
one's a
that's why I'm
sad-
so adamant that
sad
people try
scene.
Ace Combat. I know, on the surface it seems like a silly plain game. And maybe there aren't any people that would even want to play Ace Combat watching this video. But
Yeah, well, they're, I don't know. Crazy? I don't know. Weird? Maybe stubborn? I don't know. Maybe one day when they get older.
it's so fun. And I think these games can actually really affect people. Whether it's changing their career trajectories or making them have a renewed appreciation for things they may have taken for granted in the past. There really are ultimately no words to describe what the series means to me. I just hope people can take the time to push their bias aside and try it for themselves.
Just put a mute on that. Volleyball. People. Actually, that looks good. That looks like good animation right there. Just gonna skip that.
Hope is another core component of what Ace Combat is all about. In fact, it has been pretty life-affirming as a glass-half-full kind of guy to experience the Hope Core, I believe, is inherently laden within the power of Ace Combat. The indomitable power of the human spirit, the rising from the ashes to be reborn a hero, and the willingness to commit to the fight for truth and for honor. Ace Combat 8's main theme seems to carry those exact ideals into the future of the series. It starts with an inherent tension in the percussion. Ha 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 ha. The strings lightly climb. It is courage in the face of adversity, the willingness to push ahead despite fear, despite unknown circumstances. Then a voice comes in, a celebration of the sky, of the freedom of flight, of being able to be among the clouds. There's freedom here. It has perils, but wonders call.
Yeah. Even with the music now, it makes me think back to wanting to go run, like actually run a cross-country race and just try to go as fast as possible and not stop and just to keep going. That's how Ace Combat kind of influenced me growing up. And like I've explained before with my story on how it connects with me, it connects with everybody differently. Like Marco's is with his dad. Even though his dad never listened to the music, his dad was a musical artist, and a lot of that influenced his career today. And he looks back on it with what's the right word? I would say with like fondness, hope, good memories. Like, this is something that my dad would. It's a reminder. It's keeping him tied and grounded. Where Ace Combat pushes me to become something more than just like fame or something more than myself. It just keeps like to keep going and make something greater.
Like a wind calling far and wide. Suddenly, stillness in motion as the cymbal crashes and the guitar strums, funneling us through danger. With that sharp rhythm, the strings bowing constantly and with unrelenting motion, everything connecting for a moment before the entire orchestra rallies together in the afterburners of delight and joy, climbing up through the clouds, the sun's resplendent glory shining.
Sorry.
Connecting
I gotta see him.
before the entire orchestra rallies together in the afterburners of delight and joy, climbing up.
One question. It's a little vain, a little petty. Do you think I look like this guy if I put on the shades and I put the hair up a little bit? Because if that's the case... Oh, don't get attached to Cosette. We don't know if she's going to be alive in this one. She could just get crushed by an elevator. Just be ready. I don't know. We'll just see. I don't know. Anyways. Just, I don't know. What's he doing right there? Holding this thing. Is this Cope? Is this Jan Rex Cope? Is this his ghost talking to us? Yeah, he does look like Tom Cruise. He's more Tom Cruise. Fun fact, Tom Cruise and I are almost the same height. He's just a little bit taller than me by like 2 centimeters. We're off by 2 centimeters. I should probably work on the Tom Cruise. Anyways.
Through the clouds, the sun's resplendent glory
John Copium.
as we push and hit the G's. This is a song of resilience, a song of soaring through danger, but to freedom, the unraveling of the self, the endless possibility of the sky. It is an anthem of joy and a commitment to seeing life in front of us and holding it. Sure, there's always going to be a challenge or adversity to conquer, but we will be held in the glory of freedom with flight and speed as our support. The performance from the 30th anniversary was really delightful, and I can't wait to hear the studio rendition and to hear the rest of what is sure to be a mighty, shocking, and potentially expectation redefining soundtrack. Perhaps the whole experience might even be life-changing. Who knows? But I can't wait to find out.
Okay. It's a very good video. I'm glad he shared that because I'm glad he shared that. Everyone, if you haven't, like it, share it. Sent this to Kono. Hell yeah. All right. Watched and reacted to your video. I hope you don't mind. About what happened to your dad. He sounded like a very, very cool guy. Very cool and cool guy who was passionate about music like you are now. What I love most about Ace Combat is that no matter what life experience is, that the story and games hit a certain feeling in all of us, no matter what life, no matter how different our life experiences are. As we continue on. I look forward to more of your videos, sharing how you feel and think with the songs, and I hope Ace Combat 8 takes everything we love about the older games and turns it up to a 13 out of 10 experience. Rise above, Ace. All right. If Cassette dies, I'm gonna cry like that girl cried about a rabbit hit with an arrow. Oh my god, that'd be funny. Oh, I would love to see that. Thank God the dinosaurs got killed to make fuel for planes. Now we got Ace Combat. That is the line right there. I love it. Oh my god. Hey Soul and everyone, I gotta sleep now. Good night. Good night, Mr. Anime Military. Take care, my friend. Oh, it's almost 9. Yeah, it's getting close to 9, so what do you say we do this? I'll save Fictional Horizons videos for tomorrow. Let's go in and let's just play some Ace Combat Operation Katina. What do you say about that? Does that sound good? Let me get my controller here. We're gonna play some Katina. I have picked hot dogs and have no air fryer. I have no air fryer, I must fry. Oh no. Oh no. Alright, let's do this. Documents. Go to emulator. But yeah, it's Ace Combat just... I think it just changed, like it hits that right part of you. I wonder how skilled Soul is in Zero. I'm pretty skilled. I don't know if you've seen it, but I'm pretty skilled. You want to see me play Zero? Alright, I guess I got a challenger calling me out. What part of Zero do you want me to play? The highs calls. Zoden, why do you play Ace? Zoden, why do you play Ace Combat with a mouse? Oh, you are crazy. You are insane in the membrane, my friend. Oh, why would you do that? Actually, I don't think I've played the Gauntlet. Game capture. No. Game. Is it game mode or game capture? Yeah, it's game capture. Okay, okay. Okay. Don't end stream, Soul. That's a bad idea. Playing with a mouse is high-key a flex. I mean, it is a flex, but it is insanity to do that. Like, I think you're insane for doing that. Before we begin, everyone, we must appease Addy. Screen ratio 16:9. 1, 16:9. 2. Last one for good luck 16:9. 3 for the Holy Trinity. Addy has now been appeased. We love you, Addy. Wherever you are, take care. Where would the gauntlet be? I don't know if I have it. I beat this game on Ace. Oh, data is locked. What do I gotta beat? Looks like I gotta go for a whole night mode. Well, let's do this. Addy's sleeping so good, he slept forever. We have appeased Addy so well. Oh, I don't know. I'm not feeling the Zero, to be honest. Here, I'm gonna do system, exit. We're gonna do this instead. We're gonna play Unsung. I'm sorry the highs calls. I have played Zero. Don't you worry, I've played Zero. Hold on, I gotta... What is my screen doing? On the Discord. Hold on, I gotta check. Screen ratio 16:9:1, 16:9:2, 69 a third. Time for good luck. We have appeased Addy again. He is now very appeased. Addy, wherever you are, you have been appeased. Alright, hang on, I gotta see what this is doing. Wow. So it doesn't fill up the screen. Hang on, I'm just checking my screeny thing. Because it got the black bars. Oh no. Just a T right there. Ah, perfection. I love the menu music. When this was used in Infinity, I just was like, that was my nostalgia period. It was wonderful. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Ace Combat month. I hope I was able to entertain. If my PC could have handled more, I would have played everything it had to offer. Oh yeah. I have AC7 on my Steam, finished it easy, wish I could have played more, but my potato PC can't play it anymore, no! Operation Katina, baby. Who's ready for Katina? And it's a little bit late in the day, so I can't eat food because that would hurt my diabetes. I don't have diabetes, but I'm not gonna hurt it. Might have sunflower seeds though.
Welcome back. Here is your current sitrep.
Tell me all about it.
Thanks to the valiant efforts of the Mobius Squadron and the ISAF, Erusia accepted the terms of surrender, and the Continental War came to a close.
Ooh, new gaming laptop, nice.
Militant factions, led primarily by high-ranking officers of the Erusian Air Force, have refused.
Katina.
They're now calling themselves Free Erusia. The strength of their resistance increases daily. Free Erusia have called for steadfast resistance from the remaining forces.
They're a bunch of naughty little Erusians.
Succeeded in capturing an old military factory, acquiring a large quantity of weapons. In response, at 0330 today, the ISAF has made the decision to engage in a special subjugation operation. After analyzing the combat results of the Continental War, the Tactical Intelligence Department released an astounding report indicating that the mission execution capability of Mobius 1 rivals that of an entire ISAF.
It's pretty freaking good. Holy cow, Mobius 1, you're like a god among men.
This mission. We've confirmed that the enemy's headquarters are located on the naval island base in the northern part of White Valley Bay.
Blocky free games.
You must
I gotta play some blocky games.
Erusia. The codename for this operation will be Katina.
Katina.
The fate of this mission
Let's go.
rests in your hands. Launch.
All right, check this out, what I found out. Look at that. Now I can pick my craft. I can pick the F5E or the FA22A. Also, I can do Osteen colors. I can do Rosgre's colors. That's awesome. But to keep it lore accurate, special Mobius 1. That, I look back, Mobius 1's probably my spirit animal. Him, Blaze, Cypher, actually all the ace pilots now that I think about it. Mobius 1 though is just one guy doing it all. Just, he's the guy, just like Phoenix. It's beautiful. All right, so I like this. Launch with this aircraft. Mobius 1, launch. How it would be called again for a war in 2060s, like, no! I am old.
Mobius 1, engage. Clear to engage.
No shit, Sherlock.
Mobius 1, Fox 3.
He's behind me. No shit, Sherlock.
Splash 1, Splash 1.
Ramp it up, boys. We're going in.
Radar lock.
Here I come. I was talking about food. I'm gonna turn you into
Mobius 1, Fox 2.
an Italian bistro.
Mobius 1, shot down a bandit. Locked on.
I like to think Mobius 1's from Newfield Island instead.
Fox 2, Fox 2. Missed. Splash 1, Splash 1.
Alright, we got halfway through.
Radar lock. You're in gun range. Mobius
We gotta
1,
go quick.
Fox 2.
Oops.
Target hit. Locked on. Nice kill.
Okay, that's a kill.
That's a kill.
Keep going. Don't stop.
Locked on.
Get right behind his ass. Oh! He almost did a Top Gun.
Radar lock.
Here we go.
Fox 2, Fox 2. Hard enemy radar spike.
Oh, that's juicy points right there. Let's go. Give me them juicy points. Let's go.
Bandits in gun range. Locked on. Mobius 1, Fox 2.
We started this month with shooting angry erosions. We're gonna finish it off with shooting angry erosions.
Nice kill.
Oh yeah, that's the juicy points right there.
Radar lock. Mobius 1, Fox 2. Splash 1, Splash 1.
Ooh boy. That was smoking hot. Irish Japanese Mobius. He's drunk and angry. Hey, we got a D. Someone say it's Unreal Engine. Nothing but air, heads up. What does that rage bait you, Rototo? You okay? You want to talk about it?
Mobius 1, engage. Clear to engage.
No, we don't touch the little ones. We
Radar
touch
lock.
the big, juicy ones. Give it to me, baby. These guys are flying in a circle.
Nice kill.
I think right behind me, some good targets. It's okay.
Locked on. Mobius 1, Fox 2.
I really love third-person mode too. Just so good. So beautiful.
Nice kill. Locked on.
Get right behind this Mirage. Oh, don't, you gotta be careful when you play this song on the road.
Mobius 1, Fox 2. Missile shot trashed.
Oh. I think we can get some specials here. Some missiles. Alright, get right behind the C-130.
Locked on. Mobius 1, Fox 2.
Okay, more missiles were good.
Mobius 1
And a lot of
shot down a
points. Let's go. Yes, I am. I'm very angry. And hungry.
Splash 1, Splash 1.
This one has specials, so I can use these. Yeah, I know Huckabites pops. What do you mean, Reaper?
Locked
Reaper,
on.
that's a spoiler
Mobius
alert.
1,
We don't
Fox
want to talk
2.
about spoiler alerts.
Missile hit.
I know Pops is a Huckleberry.
Radar lock. Fox 3.
Let's ruin these guys' day. Alright, right up here. Moving in.
Locked on.
And
You're in
ba-boom.
gun range. Nice kill. Radar lock. Mobius 1, Fox 2.
Ba-boom. 2 more.
Missile hit.
Oops, missile shot trashed. Ba-ba. Oh my god. Oh my god.
You're in gun
Almost flew past him. Gonna get him. Oh my god, I got him.
Missile
Oop,
hit.
Eagles. Gonna
Bandit
shoot
shot
those
down.
down now. Come on.
Radar lock.
Yeah! What the? I got shot. That was rude. Someone fix my plane. The cover of Blockade in the 25th anniversary, something that's still the only version of Blockade I ever decided to play. Aw. I gotta listen to that. Okay, one day, if they ever do the Symphony again, and they're out in Japan, I want to see if I can get the other Ace Combat creators over. If we all go together. I would love to go to Japan. I just gotta be very prepped and ready. There's certain things I can't take over, because I'd get in trouble. Not in a illegal way, it's just more like gotta be prepped with medications and all that jazz. There's some things I just can't take that I can take here that they wouldn't appreciate. Alright, take care of the highest calls. Ooh, this is a good one too.
Clear to engage.
Alright. I know it's Ace
Mobius
Combat.
1, engage.
It's birthday already over on the other side of the
Fox
world.
3. Mobius 1 shot down a chopper. Shack on the target.
Okay.
Bandit on your tail. Evade. You're in gun range. Missile shot trashed. Radar lock. Mobius 1, Fox 2.
Okay, he's down.
Target hit.
We're going to this way. Alright. Alright, we're checking over here. Oh, right over there. And we got some mirages flying around, being all mirage and
Enemy
stuff.
radar spike. Radar
A
lock.
little bit French.
Bandits in gun
A little
range.
bit of Rougeon. We're gonna take care of him with the Rougeon fries. We're gonna fry the potatoes.
Locked on. Fox 2. Missile hit.
Oh, he's down.
Splash 1. Splash
He thought the
1.
F-15 could help him, but no, not against the Raptor.
Bandits in gun range.
The mighty Raptor. I am rapping all the way.
Locked on. Mobius 1, Fox 2.
Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba. We're gonna fall. Oh no.
You're in gun range.
Hell, shoot.
Splash 1. Splash 1.
Oh, this music is
Locked on.
so good.
Fox 2. Bandits in gun range.
Oh, wait, hang on. You need a little bit more. Hang on. Let me give you more. Hold still. I'm not done. Thank you.
Splash 1. Splash 1.
All right, moving on to the next one. Hang in there, Sky.
That's a kill.
We're gonna go to this one. Oh yeah, killing people. Jeez. War's bad, but planes are rad. Oh look, special weapons. I mean missiles.
Black 10, you've got one on your tail. Shack on the target.
All right, back up.
Locked on. You're in gun range.
The thing I'm gonna do more these next 2 months is try to go to like check out malls,
Bandits in gun
just to
range.
have a good time, just get out more, not be such a homebody, maybe meet new people. That's the goal. Always be social. Don't always be an introvert. I am an introvert, but I have extrovert tendencies. Maybe I'm just mostly an extrovert, but I like to just focus on my goals
Mobius 1, Fox 2.
and try not to be a nuisance for everybody. That's what I've always worried about, is try not to be an annoyance for people. So the best way to do that is just to
Locked on.
play a game.
Fox 2.
Oh, so
Bandits in
cool.
gun range.
Did you guys see how cool that was? Oh, that was him. What, as Free Erusia during the Continental War, a political party, an ultranationalist faction of the Erusian military? I don't know. I do have a little diecast F-22 that has the same colors as Mobius 1, so that's like canonically my Mobius 1 plane. It's a bit damaged, but I love those light blue of Mobius 1's plane. I think it's perfect for the Raptor, and I wish they would do that
Locked on.
in real life for the F-22.
Bandit shot down.
But I know they go with gray, but the light blue camo is just beautiful. It's that perfect, like, it's gray, but it's blue. And it's like, that's beautiful.
Flash 1. Locked on.
Okay, we got one more. Ah, shoot. Maybe that cluster was better. Well, I'm gonna lose time on here. Shoot. We're gonna get this F-15C.
Hard enemy radar spike. Locked on.
Okay, 120. That's not too bad. I visited my local mall recently. As to my disappointment, they stopped selling aircraft model kits. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, it does have a sick little camo. Yeah, something about with me walking through malls is just something therapeutic. I really love doing that. I just love it. And then just window shop and then see what you can find. I'll keep looking if there's any more like diecast models or
Clear to engage.
I like the song too. I really like the guitar start here.
Mobius 1, engage.
It's very like punk
Missile
rock
warning. Radar
ish.
lock. Fox 3, Fox 3. Right behind you. Heads up.
Okay, we got some time. Let's see if I can get these two. Actually, I didn't launch them because I'm stupid.
Radar lock. Fox 2, Fox 2. Missile hit.
Whoops.
You're in gun
Shit.
range. Radar lock. Missile hit.
All right, moving in
Shot
behind.
down. Locked on. Mobius 1, Fox 2.
All right, he's down. Nope,
You're in
skip the
gun
SAM because I want big targets. We're gonna need to get like extra missiles from supply drops.
Nice kill.
Oh, it's coming up soon, so let me guide these guys out.
Fox 2.
Ba, 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 ba. There he is. Gonna make some headway here.
Locked on.
Head
Mobius
on.
1, Fox
Apply
2.
directly to the forehead.
Bandits in gun range. Heads up.
Alright, we got
Radar
extra
strike.
missiles. F-16Cs 250 points coming in.
Mobius 1, Fox 2.
You're down.
You're in gun
The
range.
Mirage is here.
Fox 2. Nothing but air. Heads up. Nice
You know, I
kill.
think I'm gonna be that
Locked
guy. If I had to pick a plane that wasn't a super plane in Strangereal to fly, you know, an IRL plane, it's definitely gonna be the Raptor. It's just, I love the Raptor. Raptor's so good. Raptor's life. Raptor's love.
Radar lock.
And give me the light blue color scheme because it's gonna make me happy. I just want to be a little Mobius guy flying around.
Fox 2, Fox 2. Nice kill. You're in gun range. Fox 2. Target hit. Bandit shot down.
Soul Karaoke Night went, with my awesome singing.
You're in gun range.
I'm a good singer. Woo! Oh, shit. Okay.
Nice kill.
He's right behind me, isn't he? Yeah, we'll fix that.
Locked on.
Where are you
Mobius
going,
1,
little
Fox
buddy?
2.
Nowhere!
I'm taking damage. Can't maintain course.
Get right behind this guy.
Radar lock. Mobius 1,
This should do.
Fox 2.
Extra
Missile
juicy
hit.
points, baby.
Nice kill. Mobius 1, Fox 2.
Oh, that's a better point.
Red 10, Fox 2.
The answer is no, Red 10. You will not hit me. But I will hit you. Come here.
Radar lock. Mobius 1, Fox 2. Missile shot trashed.
Almost there. Almost there. Almost there. Give me the points. Yeah! Got the points. Brisket's done. Brisket on the table. Brisket on the board. Who doesn't want confrontational fuel tanks? F-16 with radar absorbent coating. Okay, this one's the landing one, so we gotta land. So we gotta book it like a crazy man with no plan. You got a hotel in your mall? That's awesome. Dude.
Turn right.
Not yet.
Three miles to touchdown.
Almost there.
1 mile to touchdown.
Not yet, not yet, not yet, not yet, not yet, not yet, not yet.
Coming in too fast.
Not yet, not yet, and come on, be above 30! I'm almost there! Yes! We did it. I don't even know which aircraft I'd pick. Let's join the Raptor gang. I got double A. Alright, we're gonna have to go with area A. Oh, this is the annoying one. Oh, why did I pick this one? Ew. Okay, I'll do
Mobius
it.
1, engage.
13 targets.
Clear to engage.
Gross. It's gross. It's gross. I don't like it. It's gross. It's gross. I don't like it.
Radar lock. Mobius 1, Fox 2.
Just gotta.
Mobius 1, Fox 2.
Okay, we're good.
Missile hit.
All the planes.
Radar
We'll
lock.
just throw out one just to let it connect, and then I'm gonna smack it with my regular missiles. Never mind. Never mind.
You're in gun range. Mobius 1, Fox 2.
Where
Jack
are
on the
you? And I'm so sorry. I cannot sleep. I cannot dream
Mobius 1,
tonight.
Fox 2. That's a kill.
My indecision to call you. What's with all the spiders?
Locked on. Fox 2. Bandits in gun range.
Catching things and eating their insides. Don't waste your time on me. I'm already
Mobius
the
1, Fox
voice
2.
inside my head. Oh,
Nice kill. Locked on. Mobius 1 shot down a chopper.
what's this one? Oh, this is a big juicy one.
Locked on. Fox 2, Fox 2.
Come on. There's 4. There's 6. There's
Mobius
8.
1, Fox 2.
Okay,
That's a
with some
kill.
guns.
Locked on. Mobius 1, Fox 2. Target hit.
Mobius 1 is getting bored here.
Fox 2. Mobius 1 shot down a bandit. Radar lock. Mobius 1 shot down a chopper. Fox 2. Target hit. Mobius 1, Fox 2. Nice kill.
Oh, F-16 time. Okay. Mobius 1 not getting so bored here.
Fox 2.
There we go.
Missile hit.
Just don't smack into the planes.
Radar lock. Fox 3. Nice kill.
I have committed several war crimes. Okay, we're almost there. We just need 2 more. Almost there. Almost there. Gotta catch them all. I gotta catch them all, yeah. I gotta see how many there are. And then just peruse them and check them out and make a day out of it. You don't need to buy anything, you just gotta go and check. Enjoy the time.
Locked on.
This guy wants to do turns all day. He's flying upside down. That's a crazy, crazy pilot.
Fox 2, Fox 2.
That guy's not human.
Locked on.
Okay, maybe we just do this.
You're in gun range.
Mr. Turnbuckle
Locked on.
is being weird here.
Mobius 1, Fox 2.
There we go.
Nice kill. Locked on. Mobius 1, Fox 2.
Almost there. Got it. Okay.
Splash 1, Splash 1.
Oh, boy. Cargo flying everywhere in that plane. How much did I get? I don't know if I can triple S this. Yo, check this out before you kill me. Alright. Time to clean up White Valley Bay.
Mobius 1, engage.
Mobiles 1,
Heads
let's
up,
go.
Enemy radar spike. Locked on. Enemy vessel sunk.
I sunk your aircraft
Missile
carrier.
break. Mobius 1, Fox 2.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Radar lock. Mobius 1 shot down a chopper. Mobius 1, Fox 2. Missile hit. Locked on. Mobius 1,
I get it?
Fox
No.
2. Missile warning.
Ooh, I'm struggling on this one.
Fox 2, Fox 2.
Nope, got it.
Shack on the target. Radar lock.
These erosions are slow.
Mobius 1, Fox 2. Target hit.
We're not so free. Ooh, I'm gonna take you down.
Missile break. Mobius 1, Fox 2. Missile
You're
hit.
not gonna have any more baguettes and croissants. I'm gonna eat them all and while I shoot you down. Gonna make up words
Lock on.
for this song.
Mobius
It's
1,
not
Fox
that
2.
good. I don't really
Heads
care.
up, enemy radar
Whoops. I'm gonna shoot this guy over here. Never mind. I didn't press the button. Now I press the button. Press the button again. Ooh,
You're
oh.
in gun range.
Yeah, there was a missile behind me. Gonna use it one more time. One more time. Just get it on the plane that I need.
Fox 3.
Oh, gonna use the guns. Oops, oops. Oh! Doing the Top Gun thing.
Heads up, enemy radar.
Flying like crazy.
You're in gun range.
Accurate. Accurate statement, sir. Not all heroes have mouths.
Bandits in gun range. Heads
Guess you
up,
could say
enemy radar
Mobius is
spike.
Morbin. Nah, I am Morbin. He's Mobin. He's Mobin.
Missile break.
And then he mobed.
Missile hit.
It's
kill.
Mobin time.
Radar lock. Heads up, enemy radar spike. Fox 2. Target
Three more.
hit.
And there's like
Lock on.
and there's two boats off on the coast. God, imagine if Aruja
Missile
can
hit.
like culturally has
Nice
fried
kill.
rice, just because it's near Celebratora. That would be awesome.
Locked on. Fox 2.
I'm actually gonna try to learn how to make lo mein with my brother. Waiting for the wyverns. All right, we got one behind, two behind. They're
Heads
doing the
up,
classic
enemy radar
pincer
spike.
maneuver. Here's what you do.
Locked on.
You joust them.
Fox 2.
That was bad. We're gonna try that again. Come here. Come here. Look at me.
Check behind you. Radar lock.
Wow. All right, we gotta find different guys. So the key to this is you have to just zoom past them. You have to do a head-on
Radar lock.
like that.
Mobius 1, Fox 2.
Makes it so much like thin out the herd. I'm gonna try to get this other guy. Maybe he'll turn around for me. Turn around, turn around, turn around, turn around. Good. Okay, look at me.
Locked on.
Hit me.
Fox 2.
Okay, good. All right, two more.
Nice kill.
1v2. This music's really good too.
Radar lock. Fox 2. Target hit.
He's jackknifing.
Missed. Locked on.
Okay, good.
Bandit shot down.
And I don't know what his friend's doing in the corner. He's just spinning in a
Hard enemy
circle.
radar spike. Radar lock.
Bingo.
It's 2.
We did it. Oh yeah, every weakness is fighting head on. I exploit it. Ah, we just got into the triple S, but not completely. Yeah, this one might be the hardest one, the level 1. Just to get it, because you got so little points.
Free Erusia has been completely destroyed. This miraculous result has far exceeded our expectations. Individuals believed to be the militant faction's core members have been captured, and subsequent
I'm feeling good today.
Erusia can now begin its path to recovery.
They will never come again.
In addition,
Probably.
as a result
Don't
of this
know.
operation, we were also able to obtain data on
Check back in
Erusia's
8 years.
unmanned fighter aircraft, which has long been veiled in secrecy. It will almost certainly be of benefit to the future of our country's aeronautical development. You have our utmost gratitude for saving the skies of Yusir once again. It is our sincere wish that you would choose to remain in the military after this. Of course, there is no need for you to give us an answer immediately. We hope.
He's such a very cool guy. Hell yeah. I actually like that angle right there. Oh, my ranking for level 1 was pretty high though. That's good. Nice. Good job, Soul. Oh yeah, the assault records in 7 being a bit lacking. I agree. Alright guys and gals, let's put a pause on this. I still find it funny one of the AWACS mentions Italian food like Italy somehow still exists in Strangereal. I mean, it's almost like Longcaster just reached his hand into a dimension and just pulled it out. I don't know how. My level 2 ranking's not bad. I could go a little higher. Alright. We're going to... Geez, there's a lot. Okay, it's just 20. Okay. Alright. Let's put a pause on this. I'm definitely going to sign on tomorrow. Probably in the afternoon. And we're gonna try to react to one more video. I'm gonna go through and do my homework on the food stuff. Everybody have... Oh, I gotta finish level 3. Okay. Have a good night. Happy Ace Combat Day. It's Ace Combat's birthday. Look on Twitter X or any updates on stuff. I'm excited. I will see you tomorrow. Take care. If you're on the other side of the globe, it's already April 30th. Have fun. I'll see you then. Peace.